They say she still keeps the light. Long after the lighthouse was automated and the keepers were gone, her presence lingers in the halls. Dull footsteps at night, the scent of old rosewater in the attic, sounds of a lullaby echoing where no child has lived in a century. Her name was Rue, and she never left. It was early fall when Charlotte took the caretaker job at Heceta Head. She needed a break from the city, from noise and from people. The job was simple: house sit the old keeper's quarters, log storm damage, keep an eye on the lighthouse's backup systems. It felt perfect, remote and quiet, place to disappear for a while. She arrived under gray skies and salty wind. The house loomed against the cliffs, white-painted and wind-worn, the windows looking out to a restless ocean. The lighthouse stood just beyond, tall and defiant, its beacon sweeping the horizon like a single tireless eye. Charlotte unpacked, made tea, and watched the sea. That first night, the dreams began. The dream always started the same. A woman standing in the upstairs hallway, facing the nursery with her back to Charlotte, dressed in black, motionless. Charlotte could never see her face. She'd wake with the sound of the waves crashing below, her heart pounding, her throat dry. By the third night, she wasn't sure she was dreaming anymore. During the day, she explored the house. A museum guide had told her years ago that the keeper's quarters had once been home to several families at once. Kids playing in the yard, mothers baking bread, fathers watching storms through the window, hoping no ship was caught in the swells. But upstairs, the nursery remained eerily untouched. A wooden cradle, a rocking chair, cracked porcelain doll still staring at the ceiling with lifeless eyes. Charlotte didn't like the nursery. She kept the door shut. But every morning, it was open again. She asked around in town the next time she drove in for supplies. "Ah," the grocer said. "You're staying up at Heceta?" Charlotte nodded. "Have you heard of a woman who Rue?" the grocer said immediately. "Everyone's heard of Rue?" He lowered his voice. "Her daughter died up there, fell from the cliffs, they say. Rue never left the house after that. Some say she threw herself into the sea. Others think she just faded away." Charlotte's skin prickled. "But people still see her. Sure, she's gentle though, not like some ghosts." He smiled sadly. "She's just sad. You hear her humming sometimes, smell her perfume, the usual." Charlotte bought her groceries and didn't sleep that night. On the seventh night, the rocking chair was moving. Charlotte stood frozen in the doorway, flashlight beam trembling. No breeze, no footsteps, just the slow creak. Creak of the chair rocking back and forth. The doll was gone from the cradle. Something whispered her name. She slammed the door shut and didn't go back upstairs. But the dreams changed. She was standing inside the nursery. The woman in black, Rue, turned toward her slowly, her face pale and sad, her eyes ringed in shadow. Charlotte tried to speak, but no sound came out. Rue opened her mouth, but instead of words, there was only the distant, echoing cry of a baby. Charlotte woke with tears on her face. The final straw came during a coastal storm. Winds howled off the Pacific, hammering the cliffs. Waves crashed so hard the glass panes rattled in their frames. Power flickered, then went out completely. Charlotte grabbed her flashlight and checked the fuse box. It was a dead end. She opened the back door to reach the generator shed, and that's when she saw it. The lighthouse beacon was on, sweeping across the sea, steady and calm. But the lighthouse had no power. No one had been inside. She crossed the field in the rain, boots sinking into the wet grass, up the spiral staircase, cold metal under her hands, each step heavier than the last. At the top, the chamber was empty. No sound, no wind. Then the light clicked off. She turned slowly. Rue was standing at the window, her hand pressed gently to the glass, watching the sea. Charlotte didn't scream. She stepped forward, quietly, carefully. Her fear was fading. Not completely gone, but softened into something else. Something like grief. "You're keeping watch," Charlotte whispered. But Rue didn't turn. The lighthouse flickered back to life. The beams swept out again. Charlotte stood there for a long time. She stayed another week, stopped closing the nursery door, and left a rose by the cradle. And every night, the rocking chair moved a little. But Charlotte wasn't afraid anymore, because she understood that some people stay behind not to haunt, but to protect.